Okay, everybody, and just before we get started, I play around a little bit as a hobby in the Unreal Engine and do a little cinematics. I do little animated things, and like I would call them memes in a sense because they're short, whatever. But I've been toying with getting more into stuff like that, etc. So, Scale 3D does these fantastic looking like environments, but they sort of look Star Warsy, right? So I picked up one. It looked kind of like Bespin, the Cloud City, right? So they pop up in my feed, and they say that these 2 packs are free. So, okay, you're in the Unreal Engine launcher. You click on that, it takes you to the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel says to go to a Discord. I go into bloody Discord, and I'm looking around going, where is it? I ask, and I even suggest what I might end up doing with it is combining it with Thunder Owl's pack, which is, he's got a couple of them that are kind of Star Wars flavory, but they're actually flying ships, and there's destructibility, and there's, you could have some fun with this, putting, this into that and that into this, and you could have a little fun with it. And so I couldn't find something. I asked, I wait 5 minutes, and and I leave. So I go back and says, I don't know, false advertising. There's nothing there that's free. I couldn't find it. So I get a message back about 10 minutes after that saying, oh, it's there, and it's free. So I go back again to see if I can find it again, and now I can't get in. Either they banned me, or the invite doesn't work. And I think I played around enough where I even tried a second account, and it says that the invite's expired. Now they've either done that on the IP, which is I'm behind the network, so yeah, okay, whatever. So, whatever. I don't have time to piss around like this, going flip-flopping around to 15,000 links. Can you imagine someone else going through this who's a little less technical ability, right? And what's odd is the second time I went in, I got in, and I went to go, and I thought I found a link, and it looked like it. I go to click on it, and then I was suddenly kicked, I guess. Right? I mean, if you're going to kick people for stupid shit like that, I don't want to do business with you anymore. Okay? That's you ending yourself. Okay? Now, back to this stuff. The game building. I kind of in my haste, I forgot to do things like show off the skill points and stuff in each class, okay, where you're putting points. And I added this late, okay, like around 98th or 99th level. I put only a point or something into it, because it's got C plus 11, right? I mean, if you wanted to, you could probably suck some points out of stuff that doesn't seem to really do stuff. Blah, blah, blah. All my chaos, by the way, is converted into Aether, which, yeah. That's pretty handy. That's pretty handy too. But you could take a point off there, and you could add it into there, and that will add to that. Right? And then for Terranite, I just went along and dropped like, a couple points in there, right? Mainly for the offense and armor, okay? Here I wanted total speed, but you could drop 2 points there and put them into Rift Shock, and definitely, you'd be, 2% slower? Woo. Right? And let's see. Points there. Points there, right? Put a whole bunch into this because it added a lot to damage, right? I put this in there, and it will trip, okay? And this is where I saw almost 300,000 damage on this thing, okay? I was like, whoa, 290K, wow. Ooh. And it's probably one of these. Now, I got thinking, right? Okay, so this one's got 29%. This one's got 26%. So almost the odds are, okay, that about every other attack, one of these is going to trip off. Okay? And that's a lot of damage. Okay? That's why this is a boss killer. He just goes up and goes whomp, whomp, whomp. Right? Now, devotion point wise, it got a little complicated because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with this at first. Because a lot of these I didn't have powers that I could use until I got later on, right? But I put powers into this, okay? As you can see, I put 3 into here and then went up here, all the way up in here, up into here. Did a little bit here just to get, mainly it was just to get the completion bonus, right? Okay. And then I went up into here, because you get, right? Aether resistance, there's some aether damage, more damage, right? Offense ability, and health. And then I went all the way up and around in here, and I put that onto Carnage, right? Okay. Then I went into here and here, right? Did all these, right? And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I got one way the heck somewhere down here. Yeah. And I put 2 points over there. That was just what was left. I went all the way up in here and put that onto Rift Shock, right? Because if I'm attacking you, I want to have some kind of retaliation if you try and, you know, whatever. And it seems to do well too. So that's extra damage there, extra damage there. I was looking around to see if there was anything else I could get points on that would give me a half decent bonus, and that was the last of it. But I've started another class. It's like sorcerer and I forget. It's something like storm or spirit. Holy crap! I went from 0 to 48 in like half an hour, and I was still using the same gear. I was like, woo! You know, it's going to be fun when they come out with the new expansion, because these guys don't, you know, they give you a real expansion. It's not like, you know, 2 hours of play, like, you know, here or there and all that stuff, right? That's why these guys, this game has lasted a long time, and it's getting mentions in other YouTube channels about, you know, game ARPG stuff, right? So, and it's older enough that a lot of new PCs that are coming out today will be able to handle a lot of the higher difficulties, so that you can do a lot more loot farming and whatever else to enjoy the mega amounts of builds that you can do, right? Yeah, I removed all that stuff that was in here to the new character. Right? And there's just an idea of the damage. Now, that doesn't include, you know, a lot of the devotion point stuff, right? Like, it'll include that there, right? There you go. So it adds that up and that up, but then there's other abilities that'll trip depending on percentage chances. Right? So we just go over here and show you something. See, 277,000. 184. 236. 225. 400,000 damage. In other words, the most difficult boss you can face on Ultimate would be about, actually no, wait, if you go back to normal and push the to maximum the hero rate to something like 11 or whatever around there, it's like Satanic or the next one after where it says level 11, right? You'll encounter a boss that has like something like 4.7 million hit points. Then you'll start encountering those guys coming at you. So it's good to have abilities like this where you can just woo, and that's always handy when you can move. Because if you start getting hurt, you don't have to wait for this stupid thing to come around its little stupid circle. Yes, I died a few times, but not many times. Now, this is the other thing about the newer build, this Sorcerer. It took me a few minutes in my brain to get something down where I wasn't dying. And when you walk through a door and you got those thousands of spiders shooting at you, I was like, oh shit. I died like 4 times, so I said, you know what, screw this. Take a point off something, put it on somewhere else, and just... And now, it's kind of like my old Archmage. It just would wander around and lightning fly everywhere. Die, all of you. Power trap. Power trap, power trap. But anyway, I wanted to make a quick video about that so that, you know, you have a good idea what's going on there. And I'll get at the next build. I'll do another video for tomorrow, and then that'll come out. Anyway, guys, have a good one.